Hi, I'm Derek B., editor of the Peru Tribune, back with you today for another edition of Tomorrow's News, our daily video series in which we tell you a little bit about what you can expect to read in the next day's newspaper. Today's Wednesday, March 5th, 2014, so I'll be telling you about what you can read in the morning in the Thursday, March 6th edition of the Tribune, or online tonight at perutribune.com. On our lead story, Chad Abshire has a report for us from last night's meeting at City Hall, where Indiana State Police Sergeant T.J. Zeiser, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, spoke about narcotics trends in central Indiana. Heroin use is significantly increasing, according to Zeiser, and methamphetamine and prescription drugs continue to be big issues. There's some discussion as well about how to prevent those problems and where they stem from, so I hope you'll take a look at that story, learn a little bit more about the problems facing our community, and possibly get involved with helping solve them. On our display story, I went out today to North Miami High School, where the winners were announced for the 2014 Cole Porter Scholarship. Two local high school seniors, both musicians, won four-year awards, one for $10,000 and one for $7,500. It was a really exciting time to see all the kids auditioning, and the five of them waiting with bated breath to find out who had won the awards and who would be an alternate. You can find out the identities of those students in the Tribune or online tonight. Also on A1, we had two stories from Eric Stoff. The first about Ash Wednesday. The Lenten season is underway, and Peru churches welcomed it in different ways depending on their denominations. Eric talked to a couple about how they were going to deal with the season and prepare for Easter. There was also some discussion of Ash Wednesday services, although unfortunately due to scheduling we were not able to attend any. Finally, Eric had a story on Elk Scholarship winners. I did not realize until I was looking at this budget that we would have two scholarship stories on the same page, but that's a happy accident. Two Mechaniqua seniors received $500 awards from the Elks, and are going to be able to use them in college. Really exciting to see young people in this community receiving that aid to better themselves and possibly come back and better Miami County. Finally, on the sports page, we had two stories, one from Nick Roby and one from our friends over at the Marion Chronicle Tribune. The first was a report from the Mechaniqua boys game against Twin Lakes in the sectional on Tuesday night. Nick was there. It was a long night for the Braves, and unfortunately their season has ended at 6-13. A lot of their seniors are going to leave as well, so it could be a long year next year for Mechaniqua. Finally, that story from Marion that I mentioned was from Chuck Landis. He went to the North Miami Oak Hill sectional game at North Manchester, where the Warriors were defeated by the Eagles. The Eagles will continue in the sectional, while the Warriors hope to improve for next year. We also had a sports brief from Nick about the Bethel and Grace College matchup in the Crossroads League Tournament Championship game. That featured Travis Smith of Peru and North Miami's Greg Miller squaring off. Smith got the better of him. Bethel is on to the NAIA. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that because I'm not certain what tournament it is in the postseason they're going to in Branson. But we'll continue to follow Smith's season, and we hope to talk to Miller soon, reflecting on his 4 years at Grace and what's next. As always, you can find all of those stories in tomorrow's print edition of the Peru Tribune. You can find them online tonight at perutribune.com, and you can find links to them on our Facebook and Twitter pages, which are both Peru Tribune. Finally, you can find me and all of our reporters on Twitter. Until tomorrow, that's tomorrow's news. I'm Derek B. Have a great Thursday.